Forensic science is relevant for humanitarian action because, as we see on a daily basis, forensics is apparent in all facets of our life, particularly in criminal cases. Forensic humanitarian action allows us to apply some of those techniques and principles to humanitarian endeavors, to help families who have lost loved ones, to ensure that there's an accurate and scientific approach to ensuring that their loved ones are returned home.
For our team, the link between forensic sciences and humanitarian investigation is related to the rights of the families to know what happened, and also about to have a relation with them based in credibility, transparency, and an open dialogue about the possibilities of science applied to their investigations. At the same time, what we investigate is related to the recovery of scientific evidence we provide in court during the prosecutions to the perpetrators. So both aspects of the work are related.
It's the African School for Humanitarian Forensic Action is really important because it's another opportunity for African practitioners to meet one another, to start building networks and to start cooperating with each other in these field exercises. But these are the kind of relationships that go beyond the course, and they can start contacting each other and working with each other in real life scenarios. So this is a great networking opportunity. But it's also a good opportunity to bring experts from around the world, to provide them with some of the techniques, the expertise, to help them interpret some fairly complicated methods, forensic methods towards identification, as well as some really complex recovery methods in some cases. So it provides them a lot of theory, it gives them a lot of practice through the exercises so they can become familiar with what is required in, for instance, a mass fatality response.
I think it's important to mention that the University of Pretoria was the first academic institution in South Africa, and for that matter in Africa, to introduce a postgraduate specialist degree in forensic medicine, in other words to train forensic pathologists. That was approximately 50 years ago. It's vitally important that we interact both from a training perspective but also from a research perspective with other agencies such as the ICRC, other academics, anthropologists, in this particular case the team of anthropologists from Argentina, because no one can exist, no one is an island unto themselves. So we have to have interinstitutional and interdisciplinary and international collaboration.
So I think here we get taught the best gold standards of how to approach these cases. So I'll use that if I'm ever on any kind of scene, to know what the best standard is. But also I think a lot of what they teach us is that the best standard isn't always possible given your resources and where you are. So problem solving is comes a lot into it. How will you do this scene, but if you don't have the right resources? So I think that'll be the most valuable.
Yeah, what I hope to take back from this school are a number of things. The first, and it's not often realized how important this is the networking that goes on over here. You meet colleagues from other parts of the world, people who might not necessarily even be in pathology, but who share common interests and whose work intersects or overlaps at certain levels. That's probably, that's very important. Apart from that, as I mentioned earlier, there is the issue of practical experience in humanitarian action, which I think is lacking within the health community back home in Ghana. I'm not 100% certain whether there are other agencies working within Ghana who might have had some training, but certainly in my area in pathology, and we do a bit of forensic pathology, I feel that training has been lacking. We don't really have resources. So some of the methods, the protocols, the standards that are being taught here will be fantastic for me, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to pass some of the things I've picked up over here on to colleagues and other staff back in Ghana.